Joel Shit Show featuring Joel Shit. Hi, welcome to the Joel Shit Show. I'm your host, Joel Shit. We are live. This is Sands Regency in room 782. It looks great, especially from this angle. I didn't mention the other day that the bed is up a step from the rest of the room. I'm mentioning it now. Even if I did mention it before, I'm still mentioning it now. And it's the weirdest thing, because it's like if you sleepwalk, like, you know, they talk about the thing where those sleep aids that cause sleepwalking and sleep driving and stuff, like Ambien and all the other, there's tons of them. It seems as if they all cause it, but I really am not familiar with different sleep aids, prescription sleep aids. And this is like a preventive measure so this doesn't happen, because you take one step off the bed and you're fine. You take another step and you fall, because there's a step about this high from where the bed is to the rest of the hotel room. And so much for Americans with Disabilities Act. But I suppose that even if you're paralyzed from the waist down, you can still crawl up one step. I don't know. Maybe they'll like to saw a little skateboard around or something. So yesterday we tried the buffet at the Sands Regency, and I don't recommend it. It's $12. And it's an all-you-can-eat steak buffet. It's cooked to order, but you tell your server what you want, and then he goes and he gets it and brings it to you, and it comes with an onion ring on top, which is great, and a crab apple, which, if you like crab apples, I'm sure is wonderful. And the first one comes with the baked potato. The rest of them don't, but I bet if you ask for them, you can get one. You can get sour cream, chives, or butter. And then the buffet itself, which, well, if you've been a hometown buffet, just divide that by 4, because the selection certainly left much to be desired. But it's the same idea. Everything's cooked in tons of butter. It's all from like frozen stuff. And, well, it's nothing that I would pay $12 for. But I had a $2 coupon, which was nice, so that means I really only paid $10 for it. So then after that, we went and played bingo. And if you watched yesterday's episode, it was filmed while we were playing bingo. And I thought that you guys would like an episode without me talking. So you got to see what the bingo room looked like and how everyone was twice as old as I was. And what you didn't see was that I won a game. I won $50 on one of the games, and I yelled out bingo, and it wasn't like that episode of The Simpsons where Homer and Bart become Catholics temporarily. Although, according to Ned Flanders, once you go Vatican, you don't go back again. So it's telling you need to do that episode you've never seen. And that was an interesting hour and 20 minutes. Bingo is getting very fancy these days. Like in the old days, you know, they're like, okay, one bingo, 5 in a row, diagonal, whatever. Then they started adding, like, you know, 2 bingos. And then they started adding things like 4 corners, or a hard way bingo, which means you don't use the free space in the middle of the end column, or the middle of the third row, you can call it whatever you want. But like, we have things like 2 6-packs, which would be like a 2x3 rectangle of numbers, and they could touch, but they couldn't overlap, and the free space was okay. And then they had things like the letter S, and it would be like, you know, the first 3 on the top row, and then it would go down like this through the middle space to the bottom, on the bottom row, and it was only centered in the middle, that specific letter S. And just lots of crazy shit like that. So bingo's getting very high-tech and fancy, and it's, I guess it helps the senior citizens stay mentally focused, because they say if you do a lot of mental work, it prevents Alzheimer's disease, from studies that I've read. And I think that casinos are doing their part by making bingo more mentally intensive. But considering that 2/3 of the people in the room were in the smoking section, I really don't know whether it's worth the trouble. Well, that's all the time I'm going to give you today. Visit us on the web at joelshitshow.com. Email Joel at joelshitshow.com.